Warning. Warning.
Fuck
Warning.
me.
Oxygen low.
Turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off.
Oxygen low.
Yeah, I think we do that and
Oxygen
see
low.
whether that works.
Oxygen critical.
Just, we're going to end up killing ourselves. I can almost see it happening. Right, where's my laptop? Did I make a spare circuit? I thought I did. Ah, fuck it. Let's make another one. Gold, steel, electrum, and solder. Let's quickly nip inside for a second. Let's get that coded. Alright, I think I have the code. Let me just quickly check this.
Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
Okay, that didn't work.
Oxygen critical.
I'm too low. Not what I wanted. So let's open the suit for a second. I think we see how that goes. So what I'm doing, we can always change this. We're going to have a laptop on us. Is I am checking, once our oxygen goes below 50%, we're then going to turn the filtration on, give it a second, turn it back off again. And let's see if that helps us maximize oxygen. I don't know if it will. I'm not entirely sure. This isn't how I did it before. I remember doing it a different way. But hey ho, up for trying whatever. So if I just quickly fill my oxygen back up.
Air tank critical.
And now what we're going to do is we're going to put this suit to the test. So I'm going to work on building the bridge in hopes that I run out of my terrain in my canisters. We can then go either to this island or to the new island, and we will go and do mining, collect some resources, get the terrain. We're not wasting the terrain, we're also bridging out. Might be a bit of a long job, so let's just kind of see what happens and go from there. All I know is that I got to head, I can't remember if she said northwest west or southwest west. I think she said south west west. I vaguely recall looking this way. So what we're gonna do is find a natural height with the lava, and we'll start bridging out. Now I've got to be very careful because obviously I'm quite high here. So let's just lower this a little bit. Not sure I'd want to go any lower than this. So I think we're going to start from here. So quite simply, we're going to head in that direction. And we're just going to start bridging out. Like I said before, I don't actually know what I'm looking for. I don't know if we're going to expect something visibly or whether this is a deep region that she's pointing us to. So I guess we're going to have to just, well, I need to go back and get my deep ore cartridge and just see what we come across, really. And I'm all out of terrain. Fantastic. The island is out of sight-ish, so I need to head back. I really need to bring my deep ore cartridge because for all I know, I could be going past stuff. I could be not getting anything. She also said go southwest west. This is just going west. So I need to head south that way a bit more. But like she didn't give me any kind of distance. So I don't actually know how far I've got to go. Okay, let's replace my battery. And my deep ore cartridge was there. So we'll obviously have to put that into my tablet. So for now, let's go and see how much of the terrain from this island I can collect. It's a bit of a boring job, but someone's got to do it. Alright, I've used another... I don't know how many canisters I've used now. So let's just quickly see what we is dealing with. So if I do this... And where are we? We are still in coal. And I don't know how fucking far we're going to have to go. Like, the island is still visible, obviously. This is going to be a hell of a bridge. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be any more islands on the planet. I don't know what we're actually going for. For all I know, she could be taking the piss. No, I have faith she wouldn't take the piss, would she? On the plus side, the hard suit is definitely helping. We aren't using much oxygen out here at all. We can now survive the days. Obviously, it's a combination of the hard suit and the coding. But it does mean we can actually get some stuff done. We don't have to just cower inside for the whole day. Which is nice. Better go and sort out my water and food, because the last thing I want to do is travel all the way out there and then dehydrate, because that would be a building bridges, stupid work, stupid work, stupid work. Building bridges is stupid work. This is boring. Oh, I am at the cinder track. Okay. Do I have different ore here? He says, fucking hopingly. Oh, I do! I have gold! Okay.
Hydration critical.
Alright, so we have access to gold. Now, not a lot of gold. It's only 0.3 grams. But it's gold. What I might do... I am fucking miles away. I might start traversing that way. Because she said... I'm sure she said southwest-west. And that would be that way. A little bit. So I'm going to go there and see what this gold node joins up with. Right now, though, I feel very, very kind of... What's the word for when you're feeling naked? Oh, just go naked. I feel very naked right now. I need some safety barriers on this bridge. Because right now, not safe. And I am a very, very long way away from my island. It's not even loading in properly. Ah, my island. I'm safe back on my island. Right. Where's my drill? One thing I did not account for was that obviously I've been coming out during the day to build this bridge. But because I don't know if this is true, but it's what I think I'm experiencing, is that I am using more water. Which kind of makes sense because it is hot outside and you would get dehydrated. I don't know if that's how the game works. I don't know if being in heat increases your water consumption. Or if I just haven't really noticed how much water I'm actually using until now. Either way, I need to start thinking about water more because I only have about 45 litres back at base. And we kind of need to, before we can even consider making water, we need to get oxygen, and we also need a source of hydrogen, which is a little bit more of a problem. I received a comment on Discord telling me that it's a bit weird that I don't have hydrogen in the atmosphere, because with the gas update, hydrogen was added. Well, that's unfortunately a me problem, because Vulcan Submerged is a mod. It's a mod that I set up prior to the gas update. And so the world save does not have the hydrogen, because the world save was made prior to hydrogen being added. I could go and change it. I'm not going to. We are going to have to suck it up and deal with what we've got. Which is basically Vulcan as it used to be prior to the update. Which I think is going to make for a little bit more of a fun experience. I hope you agree. Right, I built a somewhat railing on one side. And I need to go get more terrain, do the railing on the other side, and then start branching in that direction. This isn't going to protect me from a storm. I could just walk up this, but if we go up another one, that might. Okay, so we've done the, I don't know what you want to call them, the kind of the raised bits either side of the bridge. It makes me feel a little bit safer. Obviously, a storm is still going to push me, but I feel safer. It's fine. I need to get back. I need to take more water. Probably take some more food. I need to also go and replace my oxygen canister. I mean, I've got a spare one on me. It's not the end of the world, but let's go and refill anyway. And then let's start traveling south and see what meets the gold. Okay, while I'm here, let's have a quick look. So our pipe network in here has just over a litre. And we've obviously got, what we got in here? 44. So let's take some more of this in. Obviously, this will warm up our water pipe. Yep, 32 degrees. It's a coming down. It's a coming down. But we can handle up to 50, I think, we worked out. So if we just keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. Turn it off. So that puts us on to 4 litres in here. Crops are still thriving. Yes, thriving, so we're fine. Alright, we're all good. I need to empty my waste tank, and I need to go and get some more oxygen. I made an arch. Not sure what the point in the arch is, but I made an arch. There is nothing but bridge. Okay, so like we discussed previously, we have hit a gold deposit. So my hope is we go in this direction for some considerable amount of time and just see what meets up with the gold, because we are in hydrocarbon. That's where we're sat. Oh, for fuck's sake. But my hope is going to be that there is another something in this direction. Fuck's sake. Let's quickly check anything. Nope, still gold. Okay, we continue. Oh. Okay, we have gold and silver. That's something. So we have gold, we have silver. So in theory, we have electrum pretty well covered. This is what I've got to be careful about. Dehydrating whilst like away from my island, because it's just a long ass walk back. Makes me feel like if we find any decent ore regions over that way, maybe we need to be building an outpost. We could just have it completely framed off, do some very basic cooling. I mean, we could basically rebuild what we built just over there. At least we would have almost like a checkpoint if we have to keep traveling. And I guess if that's as far as we're going to have to go just to get any kind of ore outpost, it makes sense to have multiple bases. This would be our main one because of all the terrain, but yeah, maybe that's the play. A part of me was, I don't really know what my plan is with the island, because a part of me kind of felt like I was going to just level off the entire thing. And I might still do that. But something about having the island as multiple levels is just something a bit more interesting. So that might be an idea that I toy with. For now, I am going to just level off the island to the level that I'm currently standing. And then we'll kind of go from there, question mark. It is such a long pissing walk back up and down this stupid bridge. Obviously, I knew this was going to be a big job. But now that I'm doing it, I kind of wish I didn't have to. However, I'm not really sure how else I would, like, not have to do this. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's not really any other way I could have avoided this. I would have had to have basically had shitloads of resource. I could have maybe like made it quicker by laying 10 long chutes. Considering well, I don't know how I'm going to transport any ore that I get from over here, but that would have allowed me to make some larger bridges. I could have used just like one iron for a wall, and one wall would have been like equivalent to 4 of these small grids in length. It would have been quicker. I'm not sure it would have been safer. But also I just don't have the iron for it. Ah! Alright. Realistically, have we run into anything else? We've still got gold and silver. I'm not seeing anything. I am miles away from the fucking island. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything of any value. Like, we literally just have a submerged Vulcan. So I'm guessing that Bleak, the Grand Auditor, was talking about deep mining. But I need something more than gold and silver. I mean, yes, granted, I can, in theory, sell the gold and silver, but it's going to take me a long time to mine anything of any value. And also what I have to consider is the travel time and the use of oxygen really worth the hassle of a little bit of the money? I guess technically yes, considering the money will be spent on getting oxygen, because we're going to want ferns. I just really don't know if this is the best way of doing it. I really have no idea. I mean, we're pretty in deep with this now. We've got a hell of a bridge, so I guess we just carry on. Another thing that has occurred to me is actually because Vulcan is submerged and we are really high up, like we're on Y409 just here, it's going to take a long time for the deep drill just to get down to bedrock, right? I assume that still works. I assume I have not fucked up and come to a planet that is literally going to have no deep ore, because that would massively change my game plan if that was the case. Get more oxygen. Get more portable light. Bring more water in. I just drank quite a lot of water there without even thinking, because I'm a bloody muppet. Well, at least we'll be sorted for some time. Back to bridging. You know what? I might leave it at this level here. And from a terrain point of view, just try and make it look nice. So we have got some little raised bits. We've got some lower bits. We'll level it off. We'll make it health and safety and whatever else. It's just going to add some interest to the island rather than just being a flat bit of rock in the lava. Before I go back over the bridge, I want to check something, because there is something that is worrying me slightly. Did I turn the code back on for my tablet to give me a weather warning? I did. So this should just... I am right in thinking this should warn me, right? Because I'm just very aware that I am getting further and further away from my base. Yes. Yes, we definitely did this. All right, fine. Right, we will leave that then. I don't know. You go like days without a weather alert, so it's not out of the question that a person would worry if it's not working, because you only hear it when there's a storm. Look at it, the bridge doesn't even load in. It's so shameful. I might have to install a mod that increases my render distance. Considering there's not much else on Vulcan, I don't see that being a problem. Actually, can I just do that in here? I mean, let's go extreme. Did that change anything? No. I can't work out whether I should continue just going in a straight line from where I am, Or if I don't find anything of any value in the next, like, 1, maybe 2 trips, do I pick a different direction? Because I don't really know, well, any of the maps well enough to know where the deep ores are. I know some people probably do, and some people obviously have made those maps and stuff, but for me personally, it's a little bit cheaty. I feel like there is fun to be had in the search for the ore. I'm a while away from getting rockets, so I can't even really do the mapping. So we are literally just stuck with building bridges in straight lines until we find something that we want. On the road again. Don't know the rest of the words to that song. Hopefully, well, you won't have seen it because I should have cut it out. But I have been building this fucking bridge for over an hour. And I'll be honest, my mouse is not thanking me. Neither is my wrist, nor my finger. I really need to find something of some value soon. Alright, that's this trip done. Where are we? We've got ICS. We got ICS! When did I fucking run into that? Fucking ages ago. Alright. Here. Okay. I mean, I'm... Oh, okay. Oh. Alright, thank you, Sophie, because she's obviously given me that tip. What do I do? What do I do with that? Do I rush my deep ore miners now? How the fuck am I going to power it? And am I going to shoot over my ores? It takes about 10 minutes just to get here. And I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 more just to be that guy who put a deep miner down to harvest the ore. Na 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 na. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. I don't know why that got so evil towards the end there. Finding ICS over there is an absolute massive game changer, because that is going to, if we can get something set up over there, that is going to allow us to make money, not run out of resources. Basically just those two things, but you know, just those two things will allow us to do so much more with less stress. The thing is, getting something set up is not cheap. For example, well, we can't do combustion deep miner because we physically do not have anything to combust, so that isn't going to work. The kit deep miner is doable, but the actual structure itself isn't the problem. The problem is A, powering it, B, transferring the ores, because obviously I can just walk backward and forward. That isn't a problem. The issue with that is that I'm using oxygen and I'm using water just to get over there. So then you think, all right, well, just transport it. Well, how? I would need a shed ton of chutes to make it that far. Yes, it's not out of the question, but it feels like it would be very expensive for something. I basically need to decide, what is more important, the iron or the oxygen and the water? Realistically, the iron, we've got ICS over there, so iron we can get. Iron, effectively, if we can get a deep miner there, is unlimited, whereas our water and our oxygen is not. However, maybe transporting it is a long-term problem, because I need money, I need the ferns, I need to start producing oxygen, because oxygen is going to allow us to do, well, A, breathe, so we don't have to keep buying it, 2, we can use it as a fuel source. So we could do rockets. We could trade oxygen. We could well, we need the centrifuges. We need to process. Oh, that's the point actually. Even with the deep miners, we still need to process it all in a centrifuge. Okay. I think our priority needs to be power and getting a deep miner in that ICS slot. We've obviously got the gold and silver over there, which is also absolutely fine, but I'm more concerned about iron. With iron comes steel and everything that steel requires. So iron is our number one concern there. I think what we do is we put the deep ore miner on the back burner for a second. We now know where it needs to go. That in itself is something. But I need to get my oxygen production up and running first. I need to make some money. So I think the best way, I mean, I could be very wrong, but I think what I need to do is I need to collect resources from the island we've already uncovered, make some money, get rid of this trader, find a water trader or plant trader, get some ferns growing, and start our oxygen production early. Because in theory, once we've got oxygen, we actually have fuel. We could do the combustion miners and speed up the resource production. That is a thing we can do. And if we're producing fuel, that is also a power source. So he was the guy who was going to... Can't reach him. It picks and chooses when it wants to. He was the guy who was buying ores, right? Now, I could just sell coal to him. That is absolutely not a problem. I have a lot of coal. Got quite a bit of copper. I haven't got much iron or nickel. Oh, no, actually, I've got quite a lot of nickel. So I think what we'll do, let's make the deep miner. We'll make one deep miner, and then we have it just somewhere safe. So that if we, by some chance, do not have all the resources we need, at least we've got the deep miner ready. Although, realistically, is the sensible approach the right approach, or do I just go out and mine now? Just go out and mine shitloads of stuff. I don't know. And while I'm thinking, I'm just eating through oxygen and water and talk and everything. Okay, I have made an executive decision. I am going to do a shed load of mining at the other island. I'm not going to print nothing yet. What I am going to do is make sure I've got 2 empty mining backpacks so that I can bring a full load of ore home. We can stay out there for longer. There's no reason why we can't do this. And what we do is we go to the island we've been mining and we just get a shed load of everything. I think that is the play. I don't need the deep miner cartridge right now. And realistically, I don't need my tool belt. I may regret that, but for now, I'm gonna roll with it. Give me this. You're full. No, give me that one back. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over there. We'll collect some terrain while we're there. That way, we can also continue with building the safety. But yes, this feels like the right play. 2 mining backpacks plus a mining belt. I can obviously wear these as well, although I can't do it like that. Duct tape can go in there, so that could go there, and that could go there. So yes, let's do this. We are going on a mining trip. What's also nice, and it's something you take for granted, is because we can go out mining, we can actually see. So we can see surface ores a little bit easier, which is nice. We can see any holes that we might step into, which is also nice. Everything about this is just nice. I don't need you open. I don't need you open. I am going to need you open. We've obviously got another island over there, which we will mine at some point. But for now, well, I'm going to call it the sun. The sun is coming up. We're about to have light. Let's make this a really good mining session. I don't know why, but my filter is not turning off. And I feel like I've potentially fucked something up. I don't know how. I've got no clue.
Warning. Warning.
Fuck
Warning.
me. Oh my
Warning.
fucking god.
Warning. Warning.
That absolutely shit me up. That is
Warning.
so loud.
Warning. Warning.
So I think we'll probably get this night.
Warning. Warning.
But
Warning.
I do feel like staying here is going to be stupid, so we're going to have to go back.
Warning. Warning.
Well,
Warning.
I guess
Warning. Warning.
it answers our question as to whether it's working,
Warning.
which is nice.
Warning. Warning.
Oh no! No, 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 no. That was not a big warning at all. You fucking liar. You fucking liar. No! No, 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 no. Shit a brick, shit a brick, shit a brick. You literally gave me, what was that, a minute warning? You knob. Okay, this is why we have a spare oxygen canister. Because I'm gonna fucking need it. Not only did you give me a heart attack, but you've actually not even given me a fair warning. It looks weird out here, though. Like, it's quite a nice colour where the blue kind of fades into the lava orange. On the plus side, it does mean that we are gaining quite a lot of power. Not that we need... Oh, actually, looking at the battery, we do need power. Interesting. We need to keep an eye on that. But we made it back. I mean, we have gone through oxygen there very, very quickly. So the greenhouse shouldn't really be affected by this. All that will happen is, well, assuming this solar storm finishes before night, the greenhouse won't be affected because the ACs won't have to kick in. So we should be absolutely fine. We may as well take this time just to sit here without our suit on, and just contemplate our life choices. It is so hot out there. Like, that is like ridiculously hot. Can you imagine if we had that in our furnace, in our hot tank? Actually, that is not a bad shout. Because the temperature is over 600, we can just pump in and out of our furnace and capture some of that heat. Let's see if we can do it. It's probably full right now. It is. So if we do this... I mean, to be fair, that tank's going to fill up quicker than that fucking tank has chance to. Because the heat's going into there is going to be combusting with any NOS that we have in there, any oxygen. Is what it is. But yeah, if I could capture some of this heat, it'll be a good day for everyone. Right, we might as well turn that off now. We may as well use this heat to process some stuff. So... I mean, we've got quite a bit of copper, so let's just... We're going to do loads of mining anyway. Let me process some ores, because I feel like this is something we should be doing. There we go. We've got a stock of ingots. That ain't too bad. And now I'm thinking we can go back out. I mean, it's still very hot for nighttime, so let me go get some water. And then we'll go and continue our mining expedition. The pressure in the greenhouse is 141 kilopascals, which I think is too much for... Yeah, the potatoes aren't happy in there anymore, which is a potential problem. So we probably need to start expanding the greenhouse and pulling some more pressure out of there. We've potentially reached its maximum. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to go back over. Going to do some mining. To be fair, we're still in the solar storm, as you can see by the weather station. So why don't we temporarily... Actually, what's in there? What is this? I don't remember what this is. What were we... Oh, that was our waste tank, right? I mean, there's 27 moles of O2 in there. I kind of want to get rid of that, and I think I can just dismantle that. I think it will delete its contents. It did. Okay, thank fuck for that. Right. Let's put you back in there. We don't need this, right? Actually, I will need this. Right, 1 minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a temporary fix to our overpressure problems. I am going to expand the volume of the greenhouse by connecting a utility to this. So that should have helped. We put my wrench back in there, stick that in there, get my tablet, wherever you are. Okay, it didn't really help. We're still on 140 kilopascal, so that was a completely pointless exercise. But I feel better as a person. This fucking solar storm is still going. If I moved this locker, I could probably put a filter here and manually operate it to remove oxygen from the greenhouse when the pressure gets in this state. That might be a thing I do because I don't want to expand the greenhouse anymore at the moment, as I have plans to build a separate one elsewhere on the island. So maybe that's the play. Oh, my CO2 is doing good. Look at that. We've got 33 kilomoles of CO2 at 60 degrees. That is almost down to our water temperature. And it took us a lot fucking longer to get water cooled down. Yes, I think I'm going to start work on this. So let me just move a shed ton of stuff into here. Dismantle the locker. We've also got all these water bottles that realistically are going to get recycled, but they can go in our pile over here for now. Okay, the solar storm is finished. So scratch this idea. This will be something we do later. Right now, I'm going out and doing a shared crap load of mining. Oh, no! No! There's a fucking hole! No! 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 Someone should really patch this hole up. Unfortunately, that someone is me. Ah! There's no terrain in the gun. There's no terrain in the gun! Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Who left this fucking hole here? Bloody idiot. How have I never fell in that hole before? There's another island over there. That's my island. That is another island, and that looks bigger than this one. Ooh, it's a long fucking way, though. We know if we get desperate for ore, we want to go over there. That's going to be a goal later. Alright. I think that's a good time to go home because I am now dehydrated. I have just had to plug in my second air canister. We haven't done too bad on the ores. I'm wasting a lot of time removing terrain, but it just makes finding it all that little bit safer because there's no risk of me falling into the lava. Well, there's a lower risk of me falling into the lava. Okay, with my newfound ore, I kind of need to see what I can sell because I would like to start working towards more oxygen production. So if I said, what have I got here? I've got quite a bit of iron, not a lot of gold. So if we said we want to, for now, keep 2 stacks of iron, everything else here we can get rid of. We want to keep, let's go for 4 stacks of coal. We'll bring the rest of this in here because I want to see how much money we can make off this trader. And see whether it's worth getting rid. All this nickel, I probably am not going to need all of this. Nickel is one of those ores that's quite difficult to find, but look at it all. So if we say we'll keep 4 stacks of nickel, the rest of it I'm happy to sell. Lead, I've got... What have I got? Again, if we keep 4 stacks of lead as an absolute emergency... Actually, we've got shitloads of lead. We don't need to keep much lead. So we'll sell that. The cobalt we are not selling because cobalt seems to be in a little bit of a rare supply. And the silver... I think I'm going to keep the silver. Because we obviously electrum. Everything else on me, I feel like we'll keep the silicon. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit and say that might be enough. I mean, it won't be enough, but we've still got islands that we can mine. So let's go and see just how much money we can get off him for this. Hello, Mr. Trader. All right. So he wants 600. Let's do the iron first. So if we do iron, I've got another 40 copper. Right, that has netted us 1,300. Now that feels like a lot, but I've got a feeling that ferns are like 200 each. Realistically, what I would like is ferns and wheat. Just those two. And then I guess we could, if we really had to, trade for more water just to keep us going. And again, some might say the trading is a bit boring. Mate, I've been tasked to build a trading corp. I'm all right with trading for my shit. Let me get my suit chip. Import that code. Why would you not be working? Load the ratio of oxygen. If it's less than that, jump to start. So it would never have fallen out of the loop. We must just be constantly greater than 50%. But why would that be a thing?
Air tag critical. Pressure.
Okay, I don't know why the code isn't working. I've got no clue. Maybe I'm probably missing something really obvious, but it was working. Let's just not worry about it. I've got more important things to do. Okay, so we're going to put our filter here, if it will let me. So yeah, filter can go there, and some cable.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical.
The
Pressure
fuck?
critical.
The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck?
Low pressure. Oxygen critical.
Dickhead.
Oxygen low.
Dickhead. I had put my oxygen filter in my suit. Not what I meant to do, obviously. Whew, that could have been worse. Okay. That's fine. That was a me problem, which means I probably need to keep an eye on that, to be honest. So let's get you connected to here for now. I will connect the data, but I don't plan on using the data on this filter. Alright, and then if I get some insulated pipe, get that connected to here, because this is the... that's just the greenhouse, because that's a passive vent. So what we can do is we can connect this back into... what have I done here? Don't know what I've done. Let's not worry about it. Right, let's bring you up, you over there. There we go. Nothing like a bit of spaghetti. I'm going to put oxygen filter. I should have another O2 filter. I thought I made 2. Maybe I didn't. I did. And then I need to connect that to this system up here. So let me make some more insulated pipes. Okay, then all I need to do is get this pipe connected to that pipe. Which seems easy. Oh no, sorry, not that pipe. This pipe. So if I went for this, and then a corner there, go for a 3 here. Get a 1. I need one more bastard pipe. Any pipe I can recycle from any of you guys? I mean, I can recycle this one. There we go. And now I can connect that to that. I think there'll be nothing in there, right? I haven't just fucked that up. No, we're empty. We're empty. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And now can't get round. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. What if I rotate this? Can I get round? Because I'm probably not going to use the small dish. So if we went for 202, does that give me... What do you mean? There's loads of room. My arse isn't that big. Ah. Alright. Well, I guess the small dish is coming down. Ah. Oh, yeah. I can get through. Perfect. Alright. That cable belongs to that dish. We're fine. Okay, so that is now all connected, which is fine. And then what I can do is when I see the pressure in there is a little bit high, we've obviously got oxygen filters, we can turn this on, and that will start reducing pressure in that pipe. Completely manual. We're not going to automate this because I just don't have, well, the infrastructure or the resources or anything. But we will pull as much oxygen out there as we can to get that pressure below 100 when there's a fucking insulated pipe in there. One sec. Right, we are back where we were. Very, very, very nice. Alright, so we've got the pressure of the greenhouse down to 119. Like I said, I want that below 100 when the airlock is in its current position. If we have a look at this now. So they've all fully grown, so they aren't exactly moaning right now. But yeah, this is too high on pressure. Planetary produce. Is that crop or is that food? I reckon he's going to sell me fucking butter or something. And I do not want that. I need ferns. There we go. We're below 100 kPa, so we'll turn this filter off. We collected, about 400 mol off that, which was very nice. Alright. Cosmo Crop Connect. He'll sell crops, but I don't have a landing strip or a 7x7. But let's see what this planetary produce has to say for himself. I could sell potatoes. At 3 money each. That's not bad. I could also buy a rubbish collection. I mean, that's fine. This is just biomass, right? This isn't anything, but we can use that later to produce some stuff. But there we go. He's giving us money to buy his crap. That is absolutely fine. And then... Oh, he is selling cheese. He's got cheese. Nothing else there that I want. However, I can make some easy money. Potatoes. I could make 900 just by selling some 42 potatoes. And I have a harvest ready. So until we get another trader, we may as well keep selling some potatoes to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seeds. Which gives me 14 potatoes. It's not the amount that he's after. But it is better than nothing. I don't think my maths was very good. Because I think I said I'd be able to make almost 900 off him. But actually, it's only 3 per potato. So actually, I think this is only going to net me like 100 or something money. If I sell all 42. No, 4, 8, 12, 2, 4, 6. What's that? That's 136. That's some very quick, dirty maths. That's probably wrong. But I mean, it's better than nout. So if we sell 14 potatoes, 42. Yeah, alright. I completely overestimated how much money I was going to make there. Also, fucking insulated pipe in my printer. So what have we actually done today? I mean, not a lot really. I mean, to be fair, I've been playing for 2.5 hours. An hour of that, or over an hour actually, was building that fucking bridge. But we found a place where we can do deep miners. We've made a decent amount of cash, so we can keep ourselves alive if we can find another water trader. But my priority needs to be ferns. I need to up my oxygen production. So I think what I'm going to do next time is we're going to make a bulk of steel. We're going to go and build what's going to be our forever greenhouse, because this is not it. I don't want to expand this anymore because this is basically going to be a temporary base that we can always fall back to if we needed to. Our island is coming along. It's looking a lot flatter now, so we should be able to start planning out how the base is going to look, which is going to be very nice. But yeah, realistically, I just need more resource and I need to find ferns. Otherwise, we're going to start running into problems soon, I think. Ish. I mean, maybe I'm over-exaggerating, because actually we've got almost 5 kilomoles of oxygen. We have just poured out a lot of oxygen out of the greenhouse. So maybe we don't need to worry too much about the O2. Water is going to be the problem. But we have what is going to be a pretty nice heat sink with the CO2, which we are still cooling. We're down to 58.2. So it's coming slowly. The lower it gets in temperature, the slower this takes. But we could use that. I don't know how. I wonder how. You know what, actually? We've got pollutant there that realistically we could keep. That is 68 degrees there, and that is what's coming out of here. So what we can do is collect that colder pollutant, rather than just binning it off, which is what we're currently doing, store it, take the edge off this, run that pollutant into another system, allow that pollutant to condense into more liquid. That will be colder than this. And as a result, we have a tremendous way of then cooling CO2, water, whatever the hell we want. Probably CO2, because then we can use the CO2 to cool the water. So that's also something else that I need to do. There's a lot to do. But I kind of want more space to be able to plan that kind of thing out. So I think next, I'm not going to worry about oxygen. I'm not going to massively worry about water.
Hydration critical.
Shush you. Why can't I get through this gap? My arse is not this big. I think this water is going to suffice for a while. So I want to make a proper trading area. And maybe that isn't where my priority should be, but it's what I'm going to do. So that we can bring multiple traders down, each with their own responsibility. We'll have one that can do us water and gas. We'll have one that can do us ingots. We'll have one that can do us seeds. And we will become that trading hub that we have been ordered to be. So that's what I'm going to start working towards. But that's enough blah 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 anyway. So thank you for watching. Sorry that it's been a bit of a nothing episode, but I've been playing for a while. I'm going to call it here. But yeah, until the next one, take it easy. And I will see you then. Bye.